Hey fantasy fans, welcome back. It's Dan here. Welcome back after Christmas and New Year's. I hope you guys had a safe and happy New Year's and Christmas. I'm glad to be back, and we're gonna start the year off with a bang here, and we're gonna be doing a book haul. So these are some of the books I got over Christmas, or I got just running around thrifting like a madman. So I hope you guys enjoy this. Stick around to the end because there's a series that I got that I want to show you guys because the series I'm going to be reading in 2022. So super excited about that. So let's get into it. All right, so I love book hauls. I love book thrifting and going to bookstores and going on that hunt and the prowl for books. And I'm always on the lookout, and I don't always stop in. Like I said, I usually like to wait a few weeks, I clear them out a bit, and then I'll come back in and have a big win. So these first five books I'm going to show you are Warcraft books, because we've been talking in the Discord now for a few weeks, few months now. So if you guys want to be part of the Discord channel, please join. There's a link in the description. If you want to recommend me books, please do. I'll always kind of look for your recommendations. So actually, a lot of these books are mostly recommendations. I'd say a good half. So I do listen to what you guys say, and I do look for the books that you mentioned. So let's get into these Warcraft books. I've only ever read one Warcraft book, and I actually picked it up. So the first one I'm going to talk about is Arthas, the Lich King. So I read this actually when it first came out. God, it must be 10 years ago at least. Really enjoyed it. And there's one of my members in the Discord, says, "Oh, I'd love you to read a Warcraft book." And I'm like, "Well, why don't I just read this one again? If I find it, and I'll pick it up and I'll read it in the new year. I don't know when. Maybe January. My January TBR, as you guys saw, is gonna be heavy. So this might be a book that comes in February. So the next one was Rise of the Horde. So this is written by Christy Golden. I heard she's kind of the best of the Warcraft novelists to read. So looking forward to this one. I don't know when I'm going to try and fit them in. I'm just going to run through these ones here too. So I got Tides of Darkness, Cycle of Hatred, and Beyond the Dark Portal. So I am a Warcraft fan. I used to play World of Warcraft. I played it on and off actually since vanilla. I've stopped playing for a while now. Probably it's been about a year since I've stopped playing. Just didn't really enjoy the game. Didn't anymore. And I just didn't kind of enjoy the whole stuff that happened with Blizzard. So I've kind of really got out of Blizzard. So and if you guys want to know, I played a priest. I always played a priest. I love healing in Warcraft. So little thing you learn about me. So I got one of the Witcher books. So I got Sword of Destiny. I'm kind of slowly collecting these. Like I have Last Witch and I have the Blood of Elves. I think this is like a or it's got like a bunch of short stories in it. So I was just happy to see it. It was like $3 I got it for. Steal, really. So yeah, the Witcher book, Sword of Destiny. I'm really happy I got it. So this one is one of the recommendations I was talking about, where I've said a few times now that I'm not a big Neil Gaiman fan. I've read two Neil Gaiman books, like American Gods and DNF'd it. I got about 100 pages in. I'm like, this just isn't for me. It's, not enjoying it. And I even started the series, too, and I'm like, I don't like it. So I DNF'd it cold, just cold turkey from it. And then Stardust, because I loved the movie Stardust, and then I read the book. I'm like, this book sucks. So maybe sorry, guys. If you like it, I just wasn't for me. But if you love it, you love it, right? And so this is a recommendation from Bookish Chaz and Derry, and you probably might have seen it. I popped this book up in my live stream I had with them, and that's The Ocean at the End of the Lane. So everyone's kind of recommended this. If you're not really warm on gaming, pick this up and try it. So I'm definitely open to trying it. Like I said, it wasn't in my January TBR, but I'm gonna pick it up this year. It's really short. I could probably squeeze it in an afternoon if I get a few free hours to myself. So we'll see, guys. But yeah, I'm actually kind of excited to read this one. It looks good. I don't know anything about it, so I kind of want to go in fresh. So try not to spoil anything in this one in the comments, because I do read all your comments. So I really want to go in fresh with that one. So now these are all these ones are bangers, like absolute bangers, and only one of them I bought for myself because I needed it for my TBR. So that's the only there's only one, and you'll see, and I'll mention it. So the first book I found I found it at Salvation Army was Red Country by Joe Abercrombie, and it's a hardcover too. I think it was $2. Beautiful edition. Like, I think the only hardcovers I have of Abercrombie are the Age of Madness books. So just get this in hardcover. I know this is probably not I haven't read it. I'm like still collecting Abercrombie, and I plan to read some Abercrombie this year. I want to continue on with the series. So yeah, looking forward to reading this eventually. I love the Blade itself so much. So I just love his writing. You know, people always say like, "Oh, Rothfuss has amazing prose." I'm like, no. Joe Abercrombie has amazing prose. If you're a prose writer, read Abercrombie. So this book I got. So the rest are all sci-fi books. I think 2022 is going to be the year of sci-fi for me, and so this one is Project Hail Mary by Andy Weir. I saw this, picked this up at a Value Village. It's a new book, just came out like not that long ago. I love The Martian. Really enjoyed The Martian. So I can't wait to read this one. It's a biggie. I don't know when I'm gonna read it again. Like, I have a TBR list it'll keep this channel full for years. So there's always gonna be at least some content, and we'll be throwing in rereads and stuff like that. So yeah, like, happy I got that. So I'm gonna break here and organize these last three books. So be ready for these guys. These are a hell of a score. So let's get into that. Okay, so as you guys saw in my TBR video, which I'll put a link to up here, that I planned to read Empire of Silence by Christopher Rocchio. So at the time of making my TBR, I hadn't owned the book. These books were on like back order for a while, or at least this book was. So I ordered it as a Christmas present to myself. And I'm going to be reading this in the month of January. So I'm hoping to pick it up as soon, because it's a chunky boy and the paper is thin and the text is small. But I heard from so many people that this book is excellent, just excellent. So Empire of Silence by Christopher Rocchio. Cannot wait to dig into this one. So following along, I got super lucky. I went to my local bookstore, used bookstore. I know the owner very well. I'm like, "What do you got?" And he's like, "You gotta see these." So I got the Howling Dark hardcover. Okay, so I'm gonna just show you here. I got Howling Dark and Demon in White, both in hardcover. $17 for both of them. It's gonna be a little annoying on my shelf that I have Empire of Silence in like mass market, and I got these in hardcover. But stunning books. Look how beautiful the artwork is on that, guys. Just absolutely blew my mind away. Love it. Love this. I cannot wait to get into the series. Heard so many good things from so many booktubers, like Mike Book Reviews and Jonathan over at Words in Time. I want to read these, read them back to back. So like Empire of Silence, Howling Dark, Demon in White in March, so that I can pick up the fourth book in the series that comes out in March. I think it's March 22nd. So if I love Empire of Silence, I'm going to be pre-ordering that for sure. So yeah, and like, I'm gonna keep my eyes out if I find Empire of Silence in hardcover, just for it to be completionist, because it's gonna drive me nuts. That it's gonna be like paper hard. So yeah, these are big books. I'm not afraid of big books. I got big books on my shelf, and I've read big books before. So, and everyone says with this series that it doesn't feel like a big book series. You're so captivated by the whole story. It just pulls you right through it. So, yeah, guys. So that's really my first book haul of 2022. I hope you enjoyed it. Some unreal books. I'll be doing another book haul in February probably. I'm always kind of on the hunt for books, but yeah, like, tell me what you guys thought of the books I got. I know I'm a lucky son of a gun sometimes, so Thank you guys so much. Again, hit me up in the Discord. Send me those recommendations. I am listening. I am, reading your comments. And we'll see you next time. Cheers.